flipping around in the background a little bit. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. I've just gone and had a look on LinkedIn. Awesome. Sorry about yesterday, guys. So, welcome to today's That Security Company Daily Cyber Briefing. You might be wondering where Stephen is. He is not very well. So, I'm going to be covering him for 2 weeks and hopefully not completely obliterating all of the hard work he's done on this Daily Cyber Briefing podcast. We do get a lot of compliments about this, which is super nice. So, thank you to everyone that does listen. I'll crack on. So, I don't know if anyone's heard of this company. I don't know how it's pronounced. So, National Instruments Veristand, pronounced NIV or NI Veristand. NI Veristand. I'm just going to say NI. They do embedded software testing. So, critical vulnerability, the headline says critical vulnerability in NI Veristand exposes industrial systems to remote attacks. This one's quite an interesting one. So, 2 severe vulnerabilities that could allow attackers to execute malicious code on affected systems remotely. Okay, so these vulnerabilities are identified as CVE 2024-6793 and CVE 2024-6794. It's got a CVSS score of 9.8. Apparently, this is very widely used. It's not something I've personally come across before, so thought I'd include it just because of the widespread nature of it. So the potential impact of these vulnerabilities is seen as significant, considering the widespread use of NI Veristand in critical infrastructure sectors such as automotive, aerospace, and energy. A successful attack could disrupt real-time testing operations, compromise sensitive data, and even lead to safety hazards in industries where Veristand is used for HIL simulation, which is hardware in loop. I had to just Google that, and testing. So NI Veristand have released patches and guidance. There'll be a link to that within the article that will be shared in the comments section when this is recorded. Veristand themselves strongly recommend that users upgrade to the latest version before 2024's Q3. Oh my God, guys. Honestly, I'm sorry. I've had 1 coffee and it's just not enough. I have about 15 a day. Just intravenously inject it into me, please, while it's cold, obviously. Whatever. So the company is actively working on patches for 2023 and 2024 versions, while versions 2020 is no longer supported. So some good information there if you are working at a company that uses NI Veristand, or if you're in the industrial sector at all or manufacturing. I would just advise you to check what tools are being used, because when you work in cybersecurity and if there's not a good asset register, you don't always have a good picture of what exactly is being used where. So that's just something to check if you have that kind of system. So some security researcher called Jeremiah Fowler, kudos to him, he has found a database exposure, basically, but it's a big one. So Mexico's largest ERP provider, called ClickBalance, exposes 769 million records. Ouch, that is a big one. So the database was left exposed without any passwords or security authentication. ERP tools manage and automate this in Stop it right there. Could someone please help me teach my dog how to bring me a coffee or something? I'm drinking last night's cold tea right now. So ERP tools in general, not just this ERP tool, ERP tools in general manage and automate business processes across various departments. And it can be anything from finance and HR to supply chain, manufacturing, sales, distribution, all kinds of different stuff. That is actually reflected in the data that has been exposed. So the database contains potentially very sensitive information such as access tokens, API keys, secret keys, bank account numbers, tax identification numbers, and nearly 400,000 email addresses. So that is crazy. That is a crazy data breach or data exposure. But I mean, come on, it was left exposed without any passwords. That I'm getting to the point where things like that, just they really annoy me. I think, like, as an industry, we can't just say things like, oh, you know, people make mistakes. Like, no, we shouldn't be able to make a mistake. That's fucking catastrophic. It's terrible. Sorry for swearing at 8:30 in the morning, but I'm from Doncaster. What do you expect? So, last but not least, I'm so glad this is nearly over. KnowBe4, wonderful, hired fake North Korean techie who got straight to work, ... on evil. That headline from the Register had me laughing this morning. Okay, this is not going to do great for their already tainted reputation, is it? So, ironically, security awareness and training provider KnowBe4 hired a fake North Korean IT worker for a software engineering role on its AI team. It's not funny. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. They only realised it's a mistake once the worker started using the company-provided laptop for evil. This is literally a quote I've taken from the Register's article. It's so funny. KnowBe4 fessed up to the hire in a Tuesday post from the CEO, Stu Sjouwerman. I'm probably butchering it. Oh, I butchered the word butcher. Oh God, I hate doing this. He explained that his HR team conducted 4 video interviews with the candidate, confirmed their appearance, matched a photo included in the job application, and conducted background checks. This is crazy. If that's true, like, what more could they have done, really? Everything checked out okay, and a Mac dispatched so that they could start work, which is when the trouble started. So this is the quote from the CEO. We sent them the Mac workstation, and the moment it was received, it immediately started to load malware. It turns out the new hire used a stolen US-based ID and stock photo modified with AI to fake their identity. So they've got through like job interviews and everything just like on a completely fake ID. It's absolutely shocking, isn't it? An investigation revealed the attacker manipulated session file history, transferred potential harmful files, and executed unauthorized software. A statement from KnowBe4 is that no illegal access was gained. Okay. And no data was lost or compromised on any KnowBe4 systems. Yeah, because he was an employee, but it was a fake employee. So I think that's a bit of a murky bit of grey there, actually, that they can say no illegal access was gained. It was not, this was a fake identity. So, okay. The somewhat chastened security business clarified the time from KnowBe4's security operations center identifying the malware to the Mac being neutered was around 25 minutes, which is good. That's solid. KnowBe4 reckons the laptop was sent to an IT mule laptops in North Korea and China where fake workers ply their trade using VPNs to hide their location. The scam is that they are actually Can we start again? Shall I just start again? I'm not going to start again because I'm on the last bit of the last one. I want this to be over. The scam is that they are actually doing the work, getting paid well, and give a large amount to North Korea to fund their illegal programs. Okay. I'm so sorry that when I read things out loud, I don't put the grammar in. So I'll, which is not always good. Sjouwerman suggested others could avoid such incidents by monitoring devices that offer remote code or remote access. He said remote access. I just was thinking about remote code execution from one of the previous things that I read because my brain don't work right. So yeah, he's saying deploy monitoring. So I agree with that. And if you want to get in touch with me, we have a Pocket Team service. Stephen always tells me, if you ever cover for me on the Daily Cyber Briefing, don't try and sell stuff. I'm the CEO. It's my job. Come on. So yeah, sorry that I've ruined the Daily Cyber Briefing. I hope you don't turn off it forever. And I hope that the ones that do listen, don't listen just because it's quite hilarious hearing some random ramblings from some bonkers woman in the morning. I don't know who she is. I'm not talking about myself. Okay. Have a wonderful day. And